All right, Shalom. I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai Ba'Hashem, Kakadash. Double honor to apostles and elders of great millstone who rule well. Peace, blessings, and salutations to you, sincere Akim out there pushing the truth across the four corners of earth. All right, it's the brother Shimon out of Great Millstone, Chicago. A Salakia on my voice and stuff, it's kind of coming down with a little something now that the weather's changing up, but Lord willing, hey, the spirit, is still active. What does it say? That the flesh is weak, but the spirit is willing. Hey, that's how we are, man. Despite all the stuff that you're going through, despite whatever trial, tribulation that the Lord has, despite all of that stuff, let the work be done. Let the spiritual things shine forth, right? Let your light shine. A city on a hill cannot be hid. All right, but this one I wanted to highlight, because Esau is making his moves. Now that it's getting cold and, people are getting lethargic, the moves are being made. This is Revelation 16 and 13. And I saw 3 unclean spirits like frogs come out of the mouth of the dragon, and out of the mouth of the beast, and out of the mouth of the false prophet. For they are the spirits of devils working miracles, which go forth unto the kings of the earth and of the whole world to gather them to the battle of that great day of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. We know that great day is talking about the battle of Yahweh Shaphat, Jehoshaphat, basically where all the nations are going to meet and they're going to be fighting against each other, World War III. That's what we always bring out, which is in the scriptures. And then we know that they're going to turn and they're going to try to attack the spiritual forces that are going to come, which are here to take the elect, And the scriptures talk about that, Michael the archangel, and then Esau eventually he loses. All right, but going back to verse 13, it's talking about these 3 unclean spirits. This is his false Christianity, his beast system, which is worldwide, his military, all of that stuff. All of that stuff is a part of him and his system. All right. And all of that stuff is being pushed right now. So what happens is, because it was to say, woe unto them that do let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. We ain't gonna talk about it, we're gonna be about it. And what does Isaiah 29 and 15 say? Woe unto them that seek deep to hide their counsel from the Lord, and their works are in the dark, and they say, who seeth us and who knoweth us? And these elites, basically, man, these different nations, just like it said, he's going to what does it say, which go forth unto the kings of the earth, verse 14, and of the whole world to gather them, right? Basically, they're the guiding force for all these other nations, Esau's the head. That's why even it tells you Amalek is the oldest of the nation. Yep, Numbers 24 and 20. And when he looked on Amalek, he took up his parable and said, Amalek was the first of the nations, but his latter end shall be that he perish forever. And we know Amalek is the chief house of Esau. All right. So the thing is, these Amalekites, they've now the Lord, his people, we know are the Israelites, but on the left hand side, they're the oldest of all the nations. All right, and that's another way we know that they're the guiding force, behind all of these different councils and all this stuff that goes on behind the scenes, and they're the guide for that. All right, every time you see a power move, it's anywhere worldwide, usually Amalek is involved. Usually behind the scenes too. All right, if they're really powerful, you won't even know what their names are until you really do some research. All right, but this article says IMF promotes a new bread in the woods moment with gender equality. And I kind of thought it was interesting because at the same time in the news, Saudi Arabia just, not Saudi Arabia. Here it is, Dubai. Basically, they had an agreement. I'm gonna just read some of the article. Salakia, I'm kind of jumping around, but I'm trying to get to a point, all right? Because all of this stuff that we're seeing, we know that it's of a council, okay? We know that Esau is behind it. There's a direction to it. There's a pacing to it. They try to say that we're conspiracy theorists, but you can clearly see what this man has going on, according to the Bible. All right, people will say, okay, Revelation 13, the mark of the beast is going to be implemented. Okay, but if you have to cause everybody to take a chip in order for them to be able to buy or sell, you have to be able to implement a system around that in which people will have to feel like that they have to follow that system. All right, just like in the last, I would say, 10 years, they've kind of they've been working on the whole rewards program thing. They put everything's more interactive now. Now you go to the store, they kind of know you have a lot of options to choose from. Let's do a rewards program, and once they spend whatever $100, you get $15 worth of product for free, or whatever the little deal that they try to run. All right, and then you keep up with the rewards program. They'll send you deals. This is 50% off. This is 40% off. Blase, blase. All right, that was all done, slowly and over time, and with them utilizing a system, a little, system that they set up, and now they got millions of people who are part of that program. And now they're not as inclined to put out as many deals because now they have a lot of people doing business with them. And that's how Esau does it. His mouth is smoother than butter. All right, we're seeing that even in the music industry. Once again, Amalek, how they do business with these artists. They give them that, they sign that deal. They give them that bonus, and then they blow it. And then now you're stuck in a 360 deal, under Amalek, and you've done all this performing, all these hits, and you haven't made any money. Matter of fact, you've managed to accumulate debt. All right, and this is gonna be this chip, man. This mark is gonna be basically the ultimate 360 deal. Without it, you cannot buy or sell. All right, and let's go jumping back to the scriptures. Look at this also goes to show you that we don't have anything, man, because look at the history of our people and the things that we had, man. It says, where's the one? Yep, 1 Chronicles 22 and 14. Matter of fact. Because this is David speaking to Solomon. Matter of fact, let's start at verse 7. And David said to Solomon, my son, as for me, it was in my mind to build a house unto the name of the Lord my power. But the word of the Lord came to me, saying, thou hast shed blood abundantly, and hast made great wars. Thou shalt not build a house unto my name, because thou hast shed much blood upon the earth in my sight. Behold, a son shall be born to thee, who shall be a man of rest. And I will give him rest from all his enemies round about, for his name shall be Solomon, and I will give peace and quietness unto Israel in his days. He shall build a house for my name, and he shall be my son, and I will be his father, and I will establish the throne of his kingdom over Israel forever. Now, my son, the Lord be with thee, and prosper thou, and build the house of the Lord thy power, as he hath said of thee. Only the Lord give thee wisdom and understanding, and give thee charge concerning Israel, that thou mayest keep the law of the Lord thy power. Then shalt thou prosper, if thou takest heed to fulfill the statutes and judgments which the Lord charged Moses with concerning Israel. Be strong and of good courage, dread not, nor be dismayed. Now behold, in my trouble I have prepared for the house of the Lord 100,000 talents of gold. 100,000, man. and a thousand a thousand talents of silver. All right, and which I believe I want to say that's a million. A thousand, that's like a million. And of brass and iron without weight, for it is in abundance. It's just so much. It's without weight. Look, we don't even know how much it weighs. It's so much. For it is in abundance. Timber, also in stone, have I prepared, and thou mayest add thereto. Exactly. And he's going to talk about, moreover, there are workmen with thee in abundance. So he was given abundance, all right? And that's one of the things that the Lord took away, because just like the scriptures say, there must come first a falling away. We had to fall away. We had to go down. We had to, Esau had to have his final rulership. And that's where they're at now, man. This is part of their rulership. Us under contract, us, listening to their smooth words and going through, the bullshit which they've had deep counsels about. You know what I'm saying? It's just like the whole thing. You walk into a car dealership, they've sat there and they've thought, days and days, and sat there and plotted. Okay, we're gonna get this guy for, if they have this credit rate, they're gonna have to pay this interest rate. Then we're gonna kind of fix the car up, but then it's gonna be this problem on it, which isn't really worth fixing because we don't. They do all of that, all this planning and scheming and plot. And that just goes to show, once again, we're surrounded by enemies. We're surrounded, all right, on all sides, and we have to go to our enemies for one of all things. So that should be, seeing all these things, man, this should be motivation, man, on a daily. How these people have so much, they play games, and they sit here and try to set you up for failure and destruction, all right? Hey, they just had the Pope in the news talking about he's cool with same-sex marriage and shit, man. Which he's part of the what did it say, the false prophet. He's part of that false ass Christianity. He's part of that all the bullshit. All right, hey, a homosexual is supposed to be. You know what the scriptures say about that kind of lifestyle. America might say what it says, but the scriptures say what they say. All right, that's the setup, man. It sets you up for destruction. And what does it say? I think the scriptures actually say that a snare is set. I think it say what a snare, a gin. Yep, Psalms 140:5. Yep. The proud have hid a snare for me, and cords they have spread a net by the wayside. They have set gins for me. A gin basically is a trap. That's exactly what's going on, man. It's a trap. All right. Hey, Ice Cube got an old song, "The Nigga Trap." That's what this is, man. This is a nigga trap for so-called Black, Native American, and Latino people. All right. That's why it's important for us to put our will and put forth everything we have to get up out of here. All right, because at the end of the day, you really don't have anything. All right, the Lord giveth, the Lord taketh away, the Lord gives you increase. Those are all of the scriptures. All of that stuff is the Lord's anyway. Everything He gives you is the Lord. It tells you that about tithing. It's the Lord's anyway. Give it to Him. All right, and then now you got to be wise about your finances. You got to be smart about how you do things. But you definitely want to make sure that you could do your best, to contribute to the ministry, all right? And one of the reasons that Ananias and Sapphira were put to death was because that was right after they did the thing where they held back on the land that they received. They didn't give it. This was right after Nero put a decree out to kick out all of the Jews out of Rome. All right, so those people, they needed that. They needed that. The priests, all the men who come before us, apostles, the elders. It's important, man. This wasn't even supposed to be a lesson about tithing and giving, but it is important to remember that. Remember the men of the Lord. Remember the sacrifices they put forth. All right, and just something on that. You could go back, Salakia. You can go back forth through the Old Testament when we had, all of this land, we had all this cattle. All right, men had wine, men had many wives. Look at us, man. Look at the less in stature that we are. All right, don't we want to get that back? How are we supposed to get it? You can't get it through force. All right, they've already set up the system to fuck you over. You know what I'm saying? To target you, right? To keep you at a certain level, keep a glass ceiling over you. All right, that's part of the snares that are set for us. All right, so it's just important, man. This is just a motivational video for brothers. Keep pushing. You know what I'm saying? Hey, if you do come in the increase, don't forget about the brothers. Don't forget about the ministry. Now it's a balance with that. That's not to say give up everything, because you do need, certain resources. You need a car, you need a job. But hey, if you can learn how to do stuff on your own, get your own little business, especially going into the second wave, or you can learn a skill or something that you can kind of do on the side that you don't necessarily need Esau to sign the check for you. That's important. Shit, brothers who are doing a little better, maybe you can buy some silver, put some silver to the side, and then when the time comes and brothers are gonna need you, or your own situation is gonna need it, then you have it. All right, so hey, may the Lord continue to bless. May the Lord continue to give increase to the brothers, the hopeful elect. Call on Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Hey, and just continue to stay motivated and stay moving. Shalom.